This thing is ready to go. I love the blue look, personally. Purple, blue, purple, whatever this ring is. I like it, Wyze. You should do that on more cameras, make it a little more unique. All right, so we finally have it. It has been over a week that I've waited for this to come in. Recently, Wyze released the new Wyze Cam OG, which is kind of bringing Wyze back to its original roots. Now, one cool thing about the Wyze Cam OG is you can actually pair the Wyze Cam OG with the Wyze Cam OG Telephoto. So this camera has a 3x zoom, and that's why you pair it with the OG camera, so this one can be zoomed in and the other one can view everything else. So basically, this camera should mount on top of this little Wyze Cam OG. Now, there is going to be an adapter bracket for this. I do not have one of those yet. So today's video, I'm not going to be mounting these together, but we will unbox and set up the Wyze Cam OG. We'll also try to pair them together. They just won't be mounted together. And in return, you should be able to see how with this telephoto lens, you can use it with the OG to be able to like zoom in and see a little more detail. Think of somebody at your driveway. The Wyze Cam OG would get the whole car and everything surrounding the car, while the Wyze Cam Telephoto would be able to zoom in on the front and maybe see who's driving the vehicle or even catch the license plate on the front. So click like, click subscribe, and let's set up and check out the Wyze Cam OG Telephoto. All right, so the Wyze Cam OG Telephoto 3x telephoto lens, as I mentioned, pairs best with the Wyze Cam OG that we did a video on recently. So just gonna kind of set it over there. So on the front of the box, just Wyze Cam OG Telephoto 3x telephoto lens. It's an indoor and outdoor camera, so you can place it, well, indoors and outdoors, and it is wired. It works with if this then that too. Works with Alexa and Google. Just Wyze logo on the top. Bottom just has the specs. So the Wyze CGT is the model number, and then your Wi-Fi specs, and it's IP65 weather resistant. This side just tells you a little bit of what's inside the box, as well as the app is required. And this side has more of your features. So 3x telephoto lens, color, night vision, 1080p full HD, IP65 weather resistance, which has an asterisk for Wyze outdoor power adapter sold separately, required for outdoor use. Two-way audio, 24/7 recording, micro SD card sold separately, required. Sound and motion detection, a 6-foot wired cable, and remote live streaming. And then if you get their subscription service, you can view the cameras in a web browser, you get person detection, and full-length event recording. And then get closer than ever with Wyze Cam OG Telephoto 3x lens. So like, just a great example here. You can see, like, basically this view is what this camera would be able to see, and then the telephoto zoomed in is really able to see the car better. So let's open this up and take a look at it. All right. Uh-oh, it looks like I got one. I did. So I got an eye-backed Wyze Cam OG Telephoto sticker. I did not get one on this one, I think, because I ordered it from Amazon. Made me a little sad, but it's okay. I got this one. So right on top is also a little quick start guide. Then we have, these are the screws for mounting the camera. You have the nice Wyze branded power adapter, so you know it'll be powered correctly. I try to only use these with my Wyze cameras, so I know they're getting the right amount of power. Then your 6-foot micro USB cable. And then lastly, yep, because that's it for the box, is the actual Wyze Cam OG Telephoto. So out of this, all one little package. Here it is. I mean, very, very similar. Well, let me grab it, hold on. To the Wyze Cam OG, as you can tell, the main difference is this little blue ring around the outside, and there's no spotlight. That's the easiest way to really tell the difference. So, just like on the other ones, this screws off. Now, I had said in my last video this was a standard mount for a camera. It is not. It's actually a little bit smaller. They did not use a standard mount here. So, in case you're wondering, it's not the exact same size as every camera. It's the smaller version. We do have a micro SD card slot here to put in an SD card. I love that. Setup button, and then on the back a speaker, and then the same little just comes out, and yeah, I believe that has to do with that mount to double stack them. So that's essentially it. The base station is just like the other one. It is not magnetic. You just take your 2 screws, mount this plate to the wall, and then this just nicely slides right over it, and it should never go anywhere. So let's throw this back together. Bingo. And I guess we can peel that on off. So we'll get my phone out and then we will set up the Wyze Cam OG Telephoto. All right, so we're gonna open up our 6-foot cable here, and to make setup a little easier, I'm gonna pull this off and get this plugged into here, and then kind of set that there. Then of course our USB into our power brick and plug this into power. All right, camera is plugged in.
Ready to connect.
Got an instant little light there, okay. And then we'll take our phone, we will go into the Wyze app. If you don't have the Wyze app, of course, you'll need to download that app. Then to add a new camera, we just press our plus sign here in the corner, select add device. It asks what kind of device do you have, you select cameras, and then it has a whole list of every camera that they make. So crazy. So there's not a separate one for the Wyze Cam OG Telephoto. We'll just pick Wyze Cam OG, plug it into the outlet, did that, and press the setup button and you'll hear ready to connect. So just to do it, we will press our setup button right here.
Ready to connect.
So we'll say it said ready to connect, begin setup, and now it is looking for this device using Bluetooth from my phone, which is a slightly different process than the other Wyze cameras used to use, but last time this was very, very smooth. So let's see, yeah, there it goes. So now it wants my Wi-Fi info, that is my wireless. I'll put in my wireless password, and there we go, connecting to network. So we'll let this do its thing.
Wi-Fi connected.
So if you come to that
Setup
screen,
complete.
So if you come to that screen and you're looking for Wyze Cam OG Telephoto, it does not exist. Just select Wyze Cam OG and they're, basically the same besides the length. So we're gonna call this front porch, I guess. Yeah, so front porch zoom. There we go. And no, I don't care for Cam Plus. And maybe later on sharing it. And there we go, Wyze Cam OG is set up. All my OG cameras are set up and we're all set. So we will run this firmware.
Is being updated.
We will run this firmware upgrade, and once that completes, we'll come back. I'll try to show you the speaker and a little bit of picture quality directly from this Wyze Cam OG Telephoto. All right, another sticker for the collection. There we are. Oh yeah. All right, so the camera just said firmware upgraded successfully. So the light has went back blue. We should be good to go. Let's throw us in a micro SD card really quick. I'm using a Lexar 32 gig. To be honest, any class 10 micro USB card should work fine. But considering this is only going to be zoomed into one portion of the front porch to get whoever comes up and down the stairs, I'm not too concerned with having a whole lot of storage on here. It clicked right in and made that nice noise. So to me, that says this thing is ready to go. I love the blue look, personally. Purple, blue, purple, whatever this ring is. I like it, Wyze. You should do that on more cameras. Make it a little more unique. Let's take a look. There's our firmware, all right? And then you can see front porch zoom. And so it is zoomed in up here, way up on this thing that Kaylee drew for me. That's actually what we're looking at there. So if you click this little drop down right here, it brings you to the menu. Now if you select SD card, this will allow you to run it back and view your SD card recordings. Considering I literally just put the SD card in there, I don't have anything, but this is where you can go and you can literally scroll through and you could go back 10:43 p.m. and see whatever happened on this camera. It works great, and you do not need Cam Plus when you have a micro SD card. I say just get a micro SD card and skip Cam Plus. So just like the other one, looks like on the screen here, we have the unmute button as well as the mic, and you can change your resolution over here from HD to SD to 360p. So we'll leave that on HD. There's take photo, which of course just takes literally a photo. And then of course record, we'll record a clip. I guess we'll need to get maybe a couple of clips of this. And then siren is that. It's a siren. It's a siren. Album, time lapse, and turn off. Now if you go up here to settings, you have your settings, so your detection settings. You can set your sensitivity and motion tagging here. I always leave it on the standard and have always had a great luck with these recognizing anything in my yard. Event recording, so detects motion or detects sound. Depending on your setup, you may not want it to detect sound. You may just want it to look for motion. That's totally up to you. Notifications. I always turn these off because I don't want my phone dinging every time somebody walks in front of the camera. So I'm turning those off. Alarm settings, if it hears a smoke alarm, it will let you know. That's a good one. We'll leave that up. Advanced settings. So SD card, it is already set to continuous, so I didn't have to do anything there. That is amazing. Night vision mode is set to auto. Camera status light, night vision IR lights, watermark. Rotate the image 180 degrees. Have it upside down, show Wyze logo, and record sound. And then outside of that, there is your rules that you can set up for it, and then sharing device info, etc. So now let's do a couple things. First, let's get a close-up audio video clip from this camera. This is a really zoomed in view of the Wyze Cam OG Telephoto in the daytime. And then let's get an audio video clip with this camera, but not close up, like actually across the room, to try to see if there's any difference. And this is a much further away view of the Wyze Cam OG Telephoto in the daytime. And then of course, let's show you the speaker test. So this is what the speaker sounds like on the Wyze Cam OG Telephoto. This is a speaker test on the Wyze Cam OG Telephoto. And of course, here's a night vision clip of the Wyze Cam OG Telephoto. And this is a close-up nighttime audio video test on the Wyze Cam OG Telephoto. Now, the only other thing I can think to try is let's plug this in and show you how you can link them together. So now that this camera, the OG and the OG Telephoto are set up, we'll go into the regular Wyze Cam OG, which is the one right here. I'll then select this little side arrow and you have a plus sign. Then click your plus sign and it asks you to add an OG, which you click front porch zoom and click save. And now it loads these together. So like if I was to, there we go. And now they're loaded together. And also, if you go to the front porch zoom, you have the same little option over here to switch over to the full size. So you can see them simultaneously all in one screen. Very easy setup. And like I said, this will work great if you set this up in your front yard, or that maybe the telephoto's looking at a license plate or the person driving, and the regular OG is just capturing the nice wide video. And you can switch between them. So like just that little clip switches right between them. Love that. And that should essentially do it for the Wyze Cam OG Telephoto setup and review. Now hopefully I was able to show you in this video the entire setup process, and you also got to see how the camera works inside the app, how you can easily pair the camera with the Wyze Cam OG, and a little bit of those benefits. Because like I said, if you had this facing your driveway, you'd be able to set one zoomed in for a closer view at a license plate or whatever, and then the other one recording everything around it. So I think together these are a great combination, and at the end of the day, it's another great quality product from Wyze, from the daytime video to the nighttime video to the speaker test. Very, very good cameras from Wyze as always. So I'll of course have the Wyze Cam OG Telephoto linked down below in my description if you'd like to grab one of these for yourself, whether you're going to use it by itself as just a zoomed in lens or pairing it with the other camera. That choice is yours. Click like, click subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Deuces.